For a long time, I waited. I waited for Anne. I waited for an explanation. I waited for someone to come and told me that it had all been a mistake. I hoped they would love me, to choose me, someone to see my pain and pick it up carefully. The worst thing is that I did it without realizing it. I was smiling on the outside, but inside I was still waiting. A letter, a look, a return. Anything that would tell me that my story was still worth it. But with the days, with the silences, with absences, I understood it. I should no longer wait for anyone, because the problem was never that no one came. The problem was that I had forgotten. Reaching me, I was waiting for someone to rescue me, when I was the only one with the keys to my prison. And it was hard. Except that no one would come, that no one would kneel to ask me for forgiveness, that there would be no justice, neither repair nor relief. Immediately, only me with my wounds, with my ruins, and with the decision to stop waiting. Since that day, I have not stood at the door anymore. I no longer looked at the horizon as one who longs for. I turned inward and began to build myself up. Not from anger, not from revenge. From love since. The respect I have denied myself for so long. Because the time we spend waiting for others to love us. It is time we could be learning to love each other. I was not born to be saved. I was born to save myself. The first day without waiting, no one was stranger. It was like walking without crutches after years. Fear whispered to me that I would fall, that I could not alone. Who needed a hand? But something inside me answered, you don't need to be sustained. You need to rely on your own pace. And so I started, step by step, day by day, to discover what I liked beyond, to hear my voice above my opinions, to look at myself in the mirror without seeking approval. It wasn't all light. I had shady days, moments when I wanted to return to what I knew, because even repeated pain can seem like a refuge. But I didn't come back, not this time, because I learned to hold myself, to remind me why it had come out, to understand that no one is responsible for saving what he did not build. It was not pride, it was respect, it was dignity. Was the decision not to live in emotional deprivation? I started saying no. 2 closed doors that I had always kept ajar. Just in case, to stop, to review the past 4 signs that no longer serve me. Every small act was an internal revolution, a silent declaration of emotional independence. I didn't need anyone to come, because I was already present here, conscious of me. And that, for the first time in my life, was enough. They asked me if I am not afraid to be alone. And the truth is that yes, of course it's scary, but it is much scarier to remain tied to what breaks me. Loneliness can hurt, but the wrong company bleeds you to death, takes you away. Peace is so slowly that you don't realize until you no longer know who you are. I learned to differentiate being alone from being empty. And I realized that it had happened. Years surrounded by people, but feeling like a princess. Now, in my loneliness, I listen to me. I take care of myself. I hold myself. I have filled in spaces that I used to delegate. My evenings are no longer sad silences, are necessary breaks. My bed is no longer cold due to abandonment, is warm by choice. I don't need to fill every minute with someone, because now it is enough for me. And in that calm, in that new presence, different things started to happen. Not because he looked for them, but because I had changed. And when you change, everything around responds. New conversations arrived, clean looks, respect without the need to beg for it. I am no longer interested in impressing or convincing, nor be chosen. I have already been chosen, and that changes everything. There is a peace that is not shouted, that is not published, that needs no explanation. It's peace to know that you don't have to prove anything, that you should not carry what is not yours, that you can breathe without a sore chest. That peace came when I let go of the need to be understood, when I stopped justifying myself, when I accepted that whoever wants to see you does so, without you having to light up more. I didn't come into the world to fit in or to brag. nor to be perfect for someone else. I came to be me, and that includes my wounds, my failures, my reconstructions. I am not the woman who stood on the threshold begging. I am the woman who walked through the door in fear, and yet he walked. And every step I took unaccompanied became a sacred act. Every tear that fell in silence made me louder than any applause. Every night I slept, hugging my own pain prepared me to recognize true love when it arrives, and if it doesn't arrive, I'm fine. Because I arrived, and that is all I really needed. Freedom was not a gift, was an achievement. I had to fight with my own beliefs, with the speeches that told me that a single woman is an incomplete woman. I had to demolish walls inside me before I could open the windows, but it was worth it. Today, I walk without fear of judgment, without the burden of being the right one, without the burden of meeting the expectations of others. My story is no longer measured by who chose me, but because of the way I learned to choose myself, and that didn't make me any less sweet or less able to love. On the contrary, it made me holier and deeper, more conscious. The love I deserve should not save me, just accompany me. And if it arrives, I will know. Receive it without getting lost, and if I don't, I will continue. With head held high, with peace intact, with life in their hands, because I understood that I did not come to complete nor to be completed. I came to live, to learn, to flower, even with a wounded heart, and that's what I'm doing. Every day, I have no perfect ending to offer, no applause, no obvious rewards. Only this space is calm, sacred, that I built after losing everything. I do not expect a return. I don't expect apologies. I do not expect them to understand. I no longer wait for anyone, and that doesn't make me cold, it makes me free. I am not the victim of a sad story. I am the author of a new story, one that is still being written. Every smile on my face tells what I survived. Every silence I endured taught me to listen to me. Every door that closed redirected me to me. I am not afraid to be alone, because now I know what's in here, and I would not trade this peace for any empty promise. If this story touched anything inside you like it, share it with whom is still waiting to be saved by someone else. Because sometimes true love begins when you stop waiting for it and meet you